Good day, my dear students. Welcome to Module Legend. And here we are again for the Math Pinasaya at Math Pinadali. This is Mathinic 7. This is your Week 4, Module 4. Please bear with me for the learnings that you cannot forget. This is Sir Larry, your math teacher. Our objective for this module, we have after going through this module, you are expected to first illustrate the different properties of operations on the set of integers. We have closure property, commutative property, associative property. We have distributive property, identity property, and inverse property. Second, identify the properties of operations on the sets of integers. Now, our lesson 1 talks about the properties of operations on the set of integers. So this module is a continuation of the concepts on the operations on integers. Mastering the rules in the previous module will help speed you up in completing this module. What is it? Throughout the discussion, assume that the numbers represented by the letters A and B are integers. Now, let us start our discussion on the different properties. First, we have closure property. Two integers that are added and multiplied remain as integers. The set of integers is closed under addition and multiplication. Take note, under addition and multiplication. The closure property of addition for real numbers states that if A and B are real numbers, then A plus B is a unique real number. Example, adding two real numbers produces another real number, just like this one. This 15 is a real number. Add 2, 16 is also a real number. So when you add these two numbers or two real numbers, this is 21. And 21 is the number 21 is also a real number. So just add the two real numbers and you have also the result of real numbers. We also have the closure property of multiplication. For real numbers states that if A and B are real numbers, then A times B is a unique real number. For example, multiplying two real numbers produces another real number. Since we talk about multiplication, therefore, the two real numbers are multiply each other. So 26 multiplied by 12, therefore, we have the result of 312. Therefore, the number 312 is a real number. Okay? Next, the second property, we have the commutative property. Changing the order of two numbers that are either being added or multiplied does not change the value. If A plus B is equal to B plus A. In multiplication, A times B is equal to B times A. Commutative property. For example, example number 1, we have 2 plus 3 is equal to 3 plus 2. So changing the order of two numbers. Since 2 plus 3 is equal to 5, and also 3 plus 2 is equal to 5. So this is commutative property. Next, 2. Example 2. We have negative 16 plus negative 5 is equal to negative 5 plus negative 16. So, magkabaliktad lang yung dalawang numbers, and that is commutative property. Number 3, we have 100 plus 99 is equal to 99 plus 100. Another one, we have 2 times 3 is equal to 3 times 2, since 2 times 3 is equal to 6, and also 3 times 2 is equal to 6. Number 5, we have negative 4 times negative 15 is equal to negative 15 times negative 4. And the last one, we have 10 times 25 is equal to 25 times 10. Changing the order of two numbers, and that is commutative property. Is that clear? Okay, next property. Note that subtraction and division are not commutative. Meaning to say, only the addition and the multiplication are involved in this property. Okay, next. The third one, we have the associative property. When we say associative property, changing the group. So we talk about the group of numbers that are either being added or multiplied does not change its value. Meaning to say, it involves also the addition and the multiplication. Just like this one, we have A plus B plus C, or A plus the quantity of B plus C. Another one, we have the multiplication. We have A, the quantity of A times B times C is equal to A times the quantity of B times C. For example, we have this one. So we have the quantity of 2 plus 3 plus 4 is equal to 2 plus the quantity of 3 plus 4. So let's check this one if this is equal to each other. So checking, we have 2 plus 3 plus 4, we have 5, follow the MDAS rule, so parentheses, so we have 2 plus 3, 5 plus 4 is equal to 2 plus 3 plus 4, we have 7. Now, 5 plus 4 is equal to 2 plus 7. Therefore, 5 plus 4 is 9, is equal to 2 plus 7 is 9. Therefore, correct. And it is the example of associative property. Another example, we have we have the quantity of 10 plus 5 plus 8 is equal to 10 plus the quantity of 5 plus 8. Okay, let's have the checking. So we have this one. Just add 10 plus 5 plus 8 is equal to 10 plus the quantity of 5 plus 8. Then 10 plus 5 is 15. Plus, bring down the 8 is equal to 10. Just bring down, plus 5 plus 8 is 13. Now add both side. We have 15 plus 8 is 23, and we have 10 plus 13 is still 23, and they are equal to each other. Another one, we have the multiplication. We have 4, the quantity of 4 times 3 times 5 is equal to 4 times the quantity of 3 times 4. So, changing the group of numbers. Checking. So, we have 4 times 3 is 12 times 5, and we have 4 times 3 times 5 is 15. Therefore, 12 times 5 is 60, and 4 times 15 still 50. Last one we have of multiplication. We have the quantity of 2 times 10 times 4 is equal to 2 times the quantity of 10 times 4. So let's check. So we have 2 times 10 is 20 times 4, and we have 2 times 10 times 40. We have 10 times 4 rather we have 40. Therefore, 20 times 4 is 80 and 2 times 40 is still 80. Note that subtraction and division are not associative, meaning to say only addition and multiplication. Next, we have the fourth one is the distributive property. So when we talk about distributive property, when two numbers have been added or subtracted and then multiplied by a factor, the result will be the same when each number is multiplied by the factor and the products are then added or subtracted. Just like this one, we have A times the quantity of B plus C is equal to AB plus C. Why AB plus C? Just distribute this one. So A times B, we have AB. Plus, since we have the addition here, the sign addition, A times C, we have AC. Therefore, AB plus AC. Another one in subtraction, we have A times the quantity of B minus C, therefore is equal to A times B. We have this AB minus, since subtraction is our sign, therefore A times C is AC. Okay, is that clear? Okay, example. So we have this 2, the quantity of 3 plus 4 is equal to 2 times 4. Okay, let's check. We have this 2 times 3 plus 4 is equal to 2 times 3 plus 2 times 4. Why? Just distribute. So we have 2 distribute times 3. So they have the result of 2 times 3. Plus, since we have the sign addition or operation of addition, so we have 2 times 4. So therefore, we have this result. Therefore, just add the number in the parentheses. So we have 3 times 4, we have 7. And we have 2 times 3, 6, plus 2 times 4 is 8. Therefore, 2 times 7 is 14, and 6 plus 8 is 14. And it is equal. Another one. In difference, for example, we have 5 times the quantity of 8 minus 3 is equal to 5. Distribute 5 times 8. Okay, we have this one, 5 times 8 minus, since we have the operation of subtraction, 5 times 3. Distribute, so we have this 5 times 3. Let's check. Okay, so we have bring down 5, then subtract the number in the parentheses. So we have 8 minus 3, we have 5. Okay, is equal to 5 times 8 is 40 minus 5 times 3 is 15. Therefore, 5 times 5 is 25 is equal to 40 minus 15, still 25. And they are equal to each other. Okay, so number 5, or the fifth property, kinds of property. So we have the identity property. So identity, we have first the additive identity. So when we talk additive identity, states that the sum of any number and 0 is the given number, meaning 0 is the additive identity. Okay, if it is additive identity, therefore A plus 0 always is equal to A, since 0 is the given number. Again, 0 is the given number. For example, Example 1, we have 4 plus 0. Since 0 is a given number, is equal to 4. Another one, negative 10 plus 0 is equal to negative 10. The third one, we have 99 plus 0, still 99. Okay, next, we also have the multiplicative identity. So, when we talk about multiplicative identity, states that the product of any number and 1 is the given number. Again, 1 is the given number when we talk about the multiplicative identity. So therefore, A times this dot is symbolized as multiplication. So A times 1 is equal to A. Therefore, 1 is the multiplicative identity. So 1 here, again, 1 here is the multiplicative identity. And that is A times 1 or multiply by 1 is equal to A. For example, example number 1, we have 12 times 1 is equal to 12. Negative 32 times 1 is equal to negative 32. 91 times 1 is equal to 99. Okay, next. This the number 6, or the last property, kinds of property, we have the inverse property. So we have also the additive inverse. So it states that the sum of any number and its additive inverse is 0. So the additive inverse of a positive number is the negative of that number. That is A. So again, we have this additive inverse of positive number is the negative of the number. That is, so we have the positive A plus negative A is equal to 0. Of course, since they are unlike, having an unlike sign, we have the positive and negative. So when you add that one, and that is 0. And the additive inverse of a negative number is the positive of that number. So inverse or reverse, we have negative A plus A is equal to still 0. For example, example 1, we have 9, the positive 9 plus the negative 9. Therefore, the result is 0. So 9 plus negative 9 is 0. We have still have negative 58 plus positive 58 is equal to 0. We also have this 99, or the positive 99 plus the negative 99 is equal to 0. Still 0. And that is inverse property. Next, we also have the multiplicative inverse property. It states that the product of any number and its multiplicative inverse or reciprocal is 1. Take note, its multiplicative inverse or reciprocal is 1. The multiplicative inverse of the number A is 1 over A. Again, the multiplicative inverse of the number A is 1 over A. Remember that the A here is always, we have the denominator of 1. Therefore, the reciprocal of A over 1 is 1 over A. And that is A times 1 over A is equal to 1. Okay? Example. Okay, we have this example 1. 6, as what I told you earlier, that any whole number is always has a 1 denominator. So therefore, we have this denominator 1 of this whole number 6. So we have 6 times the reciprocal of 6, since we have this 6 over 1, the reciprocal of 6 over 1, we have 1 over 6. So therefore, 6 over 1 times 1 over 6 is equal to 1. Another one, we have negative 22 times the reciprocal of negative 22. So we have negative 1 over 22 is equal to 1. Okay? Always the result is 1. Next, we have the 4 over 7 times the reciprocal or the multiplicative inverse of 4 over 7. We have 7 over 4. And that is 28. 4 times 7. Multiply numerator to numerator, denominator to denominator. So we have 4 times 7 is 28, all over 7 times 4 is 28. And 28 divided by 28 is equal to 1. Okay? Next, we have 5 over 8. The reciprocal or the multiplicative inverse of 5 over 8 is 8 over 5. Is equal to, again, multiply numerator to numerator, denominator to denominator. So 5 times 8 is equal to 40, and 8 times 5 is equal to 40, and 40 divided by 40 is 1. Okay? Is that clear? Okay. Now, we have this one. Okay? Here is another activity that lets you apply what you learn about the properties of operations on the set of integers. So, we have this one, the identify the properties applied in the following real-life situation. So, let's try. Okay, number 1. So, we have Leo and Kurt order sausage and pepperoni on their pizza. So what kind of property is that? Closure property, commutative property, distributive property, identity property, inverse property, or associative property. So identify that 6 properties that I mentioned earlier. Okay, for number 1, we have, okay, very good. That is commutative property. Number 2, Ricky went to the supermarket and buy ice cream for 12 pesos, bread for 8 pesos, and milk for 15 pesos. How much money does he owe the cashier? What is your answer? Okay, that is associative property. Okay, next. Number 3. Rose was doing his math homework while I was finishing my science reading. What kind of property? That is still commutative property. Next. Grace Joy has 8 notebooks and her brothers has 6. If we double both amount, how many do they now have altogether? What kind of property? That is distributive property. Okay, so distribute. Next, we have this, a personal driver's license number. Driver's license number, that is identity property. Number 6, during a physical exam, Noemi's doctor checked her blood pressure, blood sugar level, and heart rate. What kind of property? That is, okay, commutative property. Next, Bonnie first poured a bag of cement into a bucket along with some gravel, then added water to these mixtures. Everything will work out fine. What kind of property? This is associative property. Next, the person's stamp mark is a unique identification. What kind of property is this? This is, okay, identity property. Next, we also have JR has 10 boxes of canned goods and his best friend Michelle has 5 boxes of canned goods. If we triple their donations, what is the total number of their donations? What kind of property? Okay, so this is distributive property. The last one, we have the set of even natural numbers 2, 4, 6, 8, and so on is closed with respect to addition because the sum of any two of them is another even natural number, which is also a member of the set. What kind of property? Okay, that is closure property. Great work! You did a good job in applying what you have learned. So I guess you've learned something in this tutorial. So this is the end of the discussion about the uh, properties or kinds of properties of integers. So thank you so much for watching and listening, and I hope that this video will help you to answer your Module 4 in Mathematics 7. Thank you so much. God bless us all and keep safe always.